Thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day. We'll do the same without wasting a single second of your time. Bada bing, bada boom, we go. So getting a little bit of a push here since yesterday analysis. We were talking about possibly going up to the 50xer imbalance up above in the terms of shorts. What do I mean by that? Well, we have to go to high block capital to take a look at that here. And what is high block? Well, people lock their liquidity into the charts to get burnt to a crisp by the market maker for not using a stop loss. And we get to see where those crispy characters are. So let's do that now. So started to get a little bit of a push over the 24 hours. Up into some of the liquidity here, took out 23 million in short liquidity, came back down after pinging in 24 million and 34 million and 15 million in longs, and coming back again. So just doing that sideways motion of the weekend, low liquidity Saturday and Sunday. Now Sunday, October 1st, here in Asia, 5.6 imbalance to the longs, so could come down into this region towards the candle close as well. So let's go ahead and expand our vision to the higher time frame. Shout out to everyone here. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and switch the liquidity to max liquidity. I have limited time. I do have to teach a CEO guy in 20 minutes, so all right. So looking at the 7-day time frame, you do have a little bit of happiness down below here at 25.8. Good little chunk of liquidity, 10 billion or so. This is probably the imbalance that is talking about here in the terms of 5.6 billion. So the imbalance on the 7-day is to the downside. If we go to the upside, the monthly still has a draw to the upside here at 27.6 for $12 billion and 40-50 billion up in the 28.3 region. So the monthly time frame draw is to the upside here, trying to take out the possible range high here for these pools up above. If we expand to the 3-month and the 6-month, however, you will see that juxtaposition to the downside, with the pools begging to come lower to the 23.6 region to be exact. If you look at the 24.3, 172 billion, 100 billion, 100 billion, 140 billion, all the way down to 23.4. So the 6-month clearly begging to retrace down in that region. We've been talking about that ABC idea for a while. $261 billion on the 2-year time frame at 23.6, just to let you know. And going back to the monthly for the current monthly time frame draw up into this 28.3 possibility. So let's go into yesterday's analysis and throw on the oscillators. Boop, boop. Once again, it is low liquidity weekend going into everything. Scroll down to features here on momentummaster.info. You can toggle switch everything. If you're on a website on a desktop, and you can see everything and read about each component as it comes into prominence, like the trend cloud or the stochastic array. So if we go to where we're at currently, the bearish trend based fib level, once again, reminder 27.84. If we can come above that, then we can possibly go higher. Until we bang our head up against that, there's not much that is expressing the upside until there's candles with conviction above that level. We have seen 2 attempts and failure at those levels. This is the power of 3s. Is this the 3rd attempt? I would expect a hurrah up into these regions at 28.15, sweep the range, and then drop it if they were going to do it. Even if it's just $1 above 28.141, that would be a nice little possibility presenting itself, perhaps. And as it stands right now, let's just go ahead and make a descent through the time frames. I believe the 3-day is closing soon, so let's go take a look at how that 3-day is doing. In 19 minutes, we will have a 3-day candle close. It's pretty decent. The volume is not present, obviously. Slow little volume. Haven't really seen volume step up to the plate on the 3-day since the dump. We did have a stopping volume candle here. And yeah, just ever so slightly making its way higher. The rising sun event lackluster at best on the 3-day. Coming to the daily. Daily time frame broke out above the cloud, came back, kissed it, and started to continue. Are we still on that continuance idea or not? Been getting a rejection off of the bearish super trend here, not once but twice. And so the super trend level is at 27,390 here. So even if you don't know the math or don't concern yourself with the math, the super trend will be your mathematical guide, and generally this back-tested level of the super trend will be accurate if you're still on trend point. So this is about 1.5% away from breaking that super trend on the daily. All right, daily time frame starting to make a rise attempt here on the stochastic RSI for a double top scenario, but lacking volume obviously over the weekend. Weekly candle close in 24 hours time. Coming to the 12-hour. Actually, we skipped the 22, but 22 we know from last time was overbought. Oh, but it could be turning up for a double top scenario if you have the subtle support of the other time frames. Let's go see. The 12-hour is overbought on the stochastic RSI, but the money flow is beneath the RSI here, suggesting you could get a subtle support push for that double top scenario on the 12-hour as well. The Williams still drifting higher too. The separation between the average and the Williams could suggest something similar to what we experienced last week, which we were talking about this average coming up to that level before you see the alarm cross. So this could be something that gives that stochastic legs. Already starting to see that on the 6-hour here. Could we keep going higher on the 6-hour? Williams, let's go ahead and take a look. We have failed one baseline now and are at the precipice of failing the second. What do I mean by that? Well, you can go read about the baselines. They're your first sign of reversal. So watching a price action come beneath one of them is showing a sign of fatigue before it even knows it. But it is still holding the second baseline, the fat boy as I call it. So the fat boy baseline is still holding. And can we bounce off of it to come higher? Going to the 4-hour. 4-hour starting to reset the stochastic by coming down here like this while holding price action sideways. Could be a little bit of a hidden bullish gesture it's trying to make. If you look at the Williams, also ambiguously holding the up potential for a double top scenario. The ambiguousness to the other side of the coin is the failure of the baselines on both ends here on the 4-hour, as we have a cross down event. So this cross down scenario is not to be ignored, this DNA helix or whatever you want to call it, showing you where it crossed down. The last time we crossed up was over here, and sure enough, boom, to the upside. Crossed down here, boom, to the downside. Boom, to the downside. So there are fake outs, of course, like here and here. But they are your first sign of a potential reversal. So as we reject off of the 4-hour, does this mean we will come down and stop out some longs? On the 1 minute, you do have some small little 100x pools here at 26.8660. for them to come back to. Beyond that point, you'd have to come all the way down to 26,569. So you'd have to come all the way down to these regions. So you'd have to come into this vector candle on the 4-hour. To actually stop people out for a value of merit, whatever you want to call it. Hourly time frame. Hourly time frame is reclaiming the cloud here. The fractal-like nature becomes evident here. You break through the cloud, you come back, you kiss it, and do you continue? So we're at that thinning cloud structure here. So this is where you would want to see a potential. So this was kind of what we were talking about yesterday in a clearer fashion now. Within one, you had the cross up event here on the baselines, slowly drifting up to the 236. This is a bearish 236, mind you, so rejection of that is not a good sign for the long, but the one thing that is this holding of the cloud here and the resetting quickly of the stochastic here on the hourly. Williams giving an alarm event for watching out on that. Shout out to everyone here. Let's go ahead and see. So, can it reclaim this cloud and go higher is the question. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 15-minute. 15-minute previously had 5 time frames overbought as you reached into that 236 rejection. Kind of came into it not once but twice and then dropped back down, failing the cloud here on the 15. We need to see some conviction on this weighted average to come back higher to see if we can come up into this pool from yesterday. So sometimes you do have that sign to insinuate something. It could be here on this hourly cloud here, the angle in which it's curving here, suggesting that you could get this immediate curve up. So we'll see what the hourly does here. The hourly is coming down in a manner where it could do something interesting with the 4-hour reset here. Coming back for that third hit to the high. How high does it want to go? Coming up into that 27,598 region would make sense with the 27.6, $12 billion up here on the monthly time frame, 27.6, and then you got the 28.3, 11, 10, 9. You got 30 billion up at 28.3. If it goes higher than that. Once again, some stop loss levels to reclaim the vector down here would be a pool down in this region. If we do a fib retracement tool from here to here, that also brings your 618 to 26,565. So if you are patient and expect a stop loss hunt of some nature where it would do something like this and come down here before going to that level, you do have that option as well at 26,565. That's essentially it for today. We will go live before the weekly candle close tomorrow. Let's go ahead and take a look at the dominance. Dominance wanting to rise here with a potential double bottom beneath the range, though needs to get above this level. This could be seen as resistance now unless we make it above that 49.83 region for the dominance. For the USDT dominance, are we making it to that region? Let's go ahead and reassess here. Hot potential double bottom here, getting 4 time frames oversold. If this comes up, the USDT dominance gets knocked into USDT dominance, which means things going down and kicking them out into USDT if it goes up from here. If it goes down, they're reinvesting into an asset like Bitcoin. So if it continues down, that means investment into a trade. Potentially starting to find a 236 bullish nature. So if this holds this 236 at 7.87, then coming back up to knock people out of their trades, this could go up. So this insinuates what exactly? If we get the total, look at total. Total also in the same position as Bitcoin, hitting the high 3 times. Do we get a surge up before we go down? Total 3. Altcoins had a slight little 6% rally or so on some yesterday. Not really seeing that same a bit today. You do have some for 40% here, but CryptoBubbles.net, not something spectacular anywhere, just overall green on the alts, but so coming back and retracing at some point. The 5 time frames overbought. I want to look at something really quick. Somebody was pointing out the cycle of gold. Gold getting interesting. I'll look at it in more detail off stream. Limited time. I only have a few minutes left, so let's just do a little quick recap here. So can the hourly time frame for Bitcoin give a little bit of a rise here to that 27.6 region for that liquidation pool up above? On the monthly time frame for that $10 billion grab, you do have that 143 million at 27.142 as well in the short side of things. So coming back to that region for a third hit to the high, if you were going to reverse, it would make more sense to go up first. So coming up to that region is where we're looking to see it. Same as yesterday, just a little bit more update on how the price action followed suit of that idea. And we'll see you basically tomorrow for the weekly candle close. So thank you for coming on in to the live and sharing your essence with us in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part once again, and we will bring the fire, the accuracy, the precision, all that fun